Okay, I'm 79, 80 in a couple of months. I've got wife, been married, Brenda, been married for 57 years, got to get that right, 57 years. I've got 2 grown-up children and 4 grandchildren. I was a manager for an electronics company for about 23 years. Before that, I worked in a hospital, believe it or not, the Brook General Hospital in London, Shooters Hill actually, and there my job was a millwright. I used to repair steam pipes and things like that, and they were mostly underground because in those days, in the 60s, all the walls weren't joined together, they were all separate, and used to go under tunnels, and that used to carry all the pipe work, steam pipe, hot water pipes, and they were all covered by lagging and asbestos lagging, and I'm 99% sure that's where I got the asbestos, which obviously I knew nothing about in those days in the 60s. It's strange really. I had no idea it was anything to do with asbestos at the time. It was in probably October last year. I just had a slight twinge over here. Nothing to worry about because I'm always lugging things around, chopping trees down and whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. I had this little pain here. It didn't go away. It was still there, but it wasn't really painful. It was just a little twinge down here. When I laid on my side, when I was in bed, I used to feel a bit more uncomfortable, and I thought, well, that's strange, it's not going away. So I thought I'd go and make an appointment with our GP, and he checked it out and he said, it probably is just a muscle strain, but we'll send you for an x-ray anyway to see what that shows. He saw something on it he didn't like too much, so he then sent me for a CT scan. He thought I had I can't do the right name, which is asbestos cancer, and I should have a lot more tests, and I was sent to the oncology department in Cheltenham, and from there the rest is history really. I just found out that it is, I was pretty sure it was asbestos cancer. Quite shattering when you know the end date, or a sort of end date, right? But I took it as it was. I can accept that. And he said, I said, well, any treatments? He said, there's no cure, but there are treatments we can do to make you have a better life, right? So you're not so uncomfortable, things like that. I'm out of breath. I'm puffing already so quick, and so I started realising I couldn't do the things I used to do. I couldn't pick up the logs and the things, and that really upset me because I'm very lucky. I've never been ill. I've never been in hospital. 8 odd years I've been very fortunate, right? So it hit me quite hard that I couldn't do the things I used to be able to do, and I think that's what really upset me more than anything, and that's got worse as the months have gone on. Don't go near asbestos, right? That's simple, but that's too easy, right? Okay, because I didn't know about it when I was younger, and most people wouldn't know. And even if I'd been exposed to asbestos, I wouldn't remember. I mean, it's not something that would stick in your mind. You think, okay, I saw asbestos. Even I saw all the adverts in the 80s and whatever they were, 70s. I wouldn't have thought about that. So it might be an idea is that if you try and think back, have you been exposed to asbestos? That's the only advice I can get. Think if you had been, and if you do get any problems, I think you should mention it early, because I believe I mentioned it quite early, and I think that's going to help me in my journey going forward. But there's not much else. I will say again that if you do get it and you're unfortunate, the teams that I've met are absolutely wonderful. I'm not being paid to say this, it is true. They're absolutely wonderful. The staff at the oncology department in Cheltenham Hospital were second to none. As I said earlier, I don't go to hospital, so I don't know how they normally work, right? But all I know is I've never been treated and so kindly by the staff. You're given your own oncology nurse, Becky, who's been terrific, who sort of, I can ring her up any time of the day on night. They've got their own emergency department for people like me who are on this particular drug, so you don't have to go through A&E. And they're also kind. I've got to say that because they deserve a big pat on the back, because I say they're brilliant.